My name is Jamie Mangrum. I'm a director here at Taborda Solutions. And with me today, I've got Mathew Michanie, who's a corporate associate. And also sitting next to me is Jonathan Molina, who's one of our technical people. And we're today going to talk to you and give a demonstration of our visualization as a service product. All right, so here's our agenda for today. I've done some of the introductions. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth. I promise very light on who is Taborda, what is visualization as a service. We're going to show some example visualizations that are out there now that you can actually go onto websites and explore for yourself. And then we're going to do a VaaS demo, which is only about 15 minutes long to basically produce a couple visualizations and then publish them up to the VaaS server, so they're actually available for people to take a look at. And then the time you can actually type in through your instant message interface questions, and Jonathan will at the end walk me through them, and I'll try to answer your questions when we're done with the demonstration. Overall, the presentation and the slides today, not really counting questions, should take no more than 30 minutes, so you'll be able to get back a better part of your lunch. My name again is Jamie Mangrum. I've been in technology for about 30 plus years. The last 20 years I was a CIO in California state government. I was a CIO for four very large departments and agencies, including California Department of Corrections, Department of General Services, Department of State Hospitals, and then the federal receivership over state prisons. I worked for a period of time for SaaS, the analytics company. My career has been focused on basically data, helping organizations make more, better informed decisions, find solutions to problems that they have, and see if the solutions that they apply to those downstream, their data actually reflects whether or not they've been successful or not. And some of my jobs, the problems I was brought in to help solve range from helping get inmates care when they were supposed to get it and better care, but also in one case we had our patients within our organization were actually very dangerous individuals and would kill our staff, and we were trying to figure out why and how to make our environment far more safe. Data played a role in all of these and helped find solutions that made environments safer, made people more financially efficient, and on and on and on. And government answering questions and making decisions are somewhat of a risky thing, and to have something that makes you be able to provide those types of answers with some level of certainty is a much better and more confident situation to be in. So as promised, Taborda Solutions is a $50 million per year provider of information technology, product services, and solutions. In 2015, Taborda was recognized by Inc. 500 as number 1900 as one of the fastest growing private companies in America. In 2016, we've actually placed 1771. So we're really moving and growing very quickly. This is a very short list of some of the major companies that we provide products and services for. And so Taborda and the product that we're going to be covering today, visualization as a service, is based on Tableau technology, and we're a very large Tableau reseller and services provider. All right, so the first thing, what is data visualization? Data visualization is basically exploring your data and finding answers through very colorful, feature-rich, and interactive reports. And, and I always use the analogy that if you're looking at an Excel spreadsheet and you're just looking at numeric values, it's very hard for you to actually find and your eyes to focus in on the story you're trying to tell. And so data visualization helps you navigate your data in a more efficient and effective way, as well as the people that you're trying to tell your story to. So what is visualization as a service? So visualization as a service is a new way of delivering technology, and this type of technology. Up to this point, for you to deploy this type of technology in your environment would start just for the software licenses alone between $300,000 to $400,000, and then to buy the servers and all of that capital X expenditure of buying technology to deploy within your own data centers is very expensive. And trying out a new technology and having to spend that much money as your startup is kind of a very risky venture, because at the end of the day, what happens if the technology does not really prove to deliver what's promised? And then you're stuck with your investment sitting on your data center floor, and you're having to explain why you're not getting a return on what you've procured. And when you're spending constituent dollars, taxpayer dollars, that's kind of a problem. So VaaS it's a very powerful analytics technology that's basically designed to basically, as I said, navigate your data. It's a really simple, intuitive drag and drop interface, and the product's basically designed for non-techie, non-data scientist type of people to graphically explore your data and produce really feature-rich reports that you can put out and deliver your message. I said before that VaaS is based upon Tableau technologies, which is the Tableau server products and the Desktop Pro technologies. What that means is that it's a best-of-breed product, and it's not something that Taborda has homegrown. So we basically picked a product and are delivering it as a service to people instead of you actually having to procure and own the technology. So it's a much more better way of getting into a technology like this. So, for anybody that's familiar, Gartner is an analyst company that basically analyzes different types of technology and then helps people who buy technology make better and more informed decisions. They do what's called a Magic Quadrant, which they take all of the competitors of a specific vertical area of technology, and then through looking at metrics for each of those companies' products, they then graphically rate them. This is actually an example of a visualization. But so Gartner's 2016 Magic Quadrant for business intelligence, BI, and analytics platforms, Tableau placed in the top right-hand quadrant above all other competitors, with the highest rating as a visionary company with the ability to execute. So that's it's a trusted. It's something that's not new, and so less risk. It's already a proven and very capable and highly regarded technology when it comes to delivering visualizations. So to recap, some of the benefits of VaaS. Because you're buying technology as a service, you're not purchasing servers or software. You only pay for what you need. If, let's say, you had 2 people that you want to develop visualizations and you have 100 people that you would be delivering those visualizations to, that's all you pay for. You don't have to buy, in the old world sense of buying technology, you'd have to buy the same amount of technology to deliver to that number of people as you would to 50 people developing visualizations and 3,000 people looking at your visualizations. So it's a much more cost-effective way of getting into this. So you only pay for what you need. Taborda is responsible for upgrades, uptime, and the security of the product. You grow as you need to grow. If today you need 2 people to develop visualizations, and a week from now you need 2 more, you basically true up and add 2 more seats and you're good to go. This is the last 2 bullets are the things as an ex-CIO that I like, because as I talked about before, risk of deploying technology in any type of an organization, there is risk, and you can listen to someone like me and hear, oh, this sounds like it'll fit and meet all of my business needs. And then at the end of the day, you deploy it in your organization, you find that it doesn't actually meet your business needs. You're somewhat tied to it. It's very difficult to back out of and try something else. With VaaS, that's eliminated. You basically can start small. You can do some sort of a small pilot with your organization. You're trying out the technologies, and you're just paying for what you use for the duration that you're using. So, and then let's say, I don't believe this would happen, but you decide this is not for you. You don't have all those capital expenditures of physical technology, licenses for software and things like that sitting on your data center floor that then you've already bought and you have to explain why you're not getting a return on investment for. All right, one of the last things about this platform that is great is that you can basically deliver your visualizations to any type of a device. So whether you're looking at from a desktop computer, a laptop computer, any type of an Android or an iOS tablet or phones, your visualizations are going to function and look the same. And you're going to be able to deliver to your internal and external constituents using this product. And the apps are all free and very simple to install and set up and use. Last, I talked about this a little bit before. It has an excellent user interface. If you are familiar with Microsoft Excel and feel comfortable moving around in Excel, the familiar interface that you're used to, you'll find in this product it's similar. And with all of the training you would ever need to use VaaS, online and available to you for free. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of hours of video training, and there's nothing that you would not need to know with a product that's not available to you that you can't, when you need to know, sit at your desk and very quickly watch someone do it and then walk you through with sample data that you can download and actually do the exercises with them and so on. It's quite honestly, it's how all of us learned how to use the product. So, all right. So as promised, we're going to show not a lot of examples, but these are some of the examples out with different colleges and states and other organizations that are using. So the first thing is, let's go to the body part and injury type. This is a really feature-rich, kind of very graphically beautiful visualization that British Columbia has that is showing workplace injuries. And so if you click on the wrist, first of all, you'll see a small circle there, but the actual size of the circle denotes the number of injuries within that area on the body. And then if you look, that is tied to the bar graphs. And now it's showing us that the most common type of injury for wrist, finger, and hands is laceration, followed by fractures and amputation. So these are types of the different visualizations that you can produce out. Next tab is something that the Department of Transportation in Georgia is doing, and this is a public-facing visualization on crashes and all the different types of injuries, and including deaths related to those for the years 2009 to 2012. And this is a dashboard of different visualizations that you can explore and look at this type of information for Georgia. The next is one of my favorites. San Diego State University is doing visualizations, and they are some of the most beautiful that I've seen. I mean, this actually, to be honest with you, looks like some kind of piece of modern art. And basically what it is, though, is it's a visualization that shows individuals that are coming into the college, what majors they're picking, and then how are they actually graduating? Are they graduating in that major, or did they actually graduate, and so on. Go on to the next. This is a dashboard by San Diego State University, and this is just information in general about the college and campuses. Go ahead and go to the next. So this is a more simple dashboard that's put out by the California UC colleges, and it's showing degrees awarded for the 2015-2016 and by ethnicity and the different types of degrees. And then and you can drill down with the different filters looking at locations, so the different colleges, and so on. So the last present or example we'll show is this is California Department of Public Health. This is something that we did for them and maintain for them. This is the Let's Get Healthy website, where the state has taken upon itself to be the most healthy state in the United States and has picked specific key metrics that they're monitoring. And then on an annual basis, they're publishing that data out to see if their initiatives in these areas are actually having the desired outcomes that they're looking to achieve. So these, there are literally hundreds of thousands of different organizations out there that are showing visualizations publicly. I could spend days showing these. I just kind of picked some key government visualizations that you could take a look at. So let's go ahead and go next. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to build a couple visualizations and a dashboard ourselves. And Michanie is going to be running the Tableau Desktop Professional, and I will walk through and explain what you're looking at. And we pulled data off of the California Department of Education website, and it's for their CAAS PP testing data throughout the state. And you'll see how easy it is basically to develop visualizations within this. So what you're looking at now is the entry point into the Desktop Pro product. This is the product that your people that are actually developing your visualizations would have. If you're just a business person within your organization of some sort who would need to look at visualizations, you wouldn't need to have this deployed. But this, if you look at the top right-hand side, you'll see the word Discover, and below that, Training. And so right from within the product, you can go to the different training resources and get your training right in from the product itself. And then, as I said, you can click on more training videos, and it'll take you out to the Tableau website, where you're going to find hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours based by subject and complexity, from very simple to very complex, depending on your skill level and understanding. But it's where I learned how to use this product in depth and so on. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see under Connect that Tableau has the ability to connect out to all different types of files, as well as databases. And the thing that's really stands out about Tableau, besides it being able to connect to CSV files, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Access, it can also connect to text files, and Tableau does not ever intend to come in and actually displace. If you're already using statistical products like R and SAS, it is a tool that is very complementary to those. It is a tool that does visualization far better than those products. So one of the things that it allows you to do is actually import your SAS or R files directly into Tableau, and then you can actually develop far more feature-rich and capable visualizations. One other thing is you'll see to a server, and then if you'll see here in a second a list of, and this is not all the different types of servers, but it's a very long list. And one of the things that's really important about this is all available to you right out of the box, meaning that all of these different ways of connecting to data, whether it's open data portals, QuickBooks, Microsoft SQL, Oracle, MySQL, AWS Redshift, you name it, and you can connect to it. And if you can't find it listed here, if it's either an ODBC or JDBC compliant database server, and your technology people would be able to answer those questions, and I can pretty much tell you almost all are, you're going to be able to connect to those data sources and pull your data in to analyze. The reason that it's important that this is included is competitive products, you actually have to tell them the different types of database and data resources you're going to be connecting to, and you actually have to buy connectors specifically for those different types of database servers, which will cost you many thousands of dollars one time and then thousands of dollars reoccurring, each year to keep those. So, all right, as promised, Matt right now is going to load an education data file from the California Department of Ed, and it's pulling data from school districts and schools from all over the state. And it's a CSV file, which is a Microsoft Excel, and it is pulling in about 209,000 rows. And Matt right now is in the initial data setup screen where he's dragging in an Excel spreadsheet different tabs, but in a database they would be what's called tables. And what it's doing is you may have something on one tab that actually is linked to another tab, and it's called a join, and Tableau will actually dynamically build those joins for you. In this case, there are a few other joins that Matt has to set up. There are county, district, and school codes that actually align to the actual names for those on the other tab, and so that's why he's setting this up quickly. The other thing that you can do is you can either connect to your data, if it's a database server, live, or for performance sake, you can actually do an extract, which is it basically pulls a copy of the data necessary to do your visualization and then actually stores it within Tableau, and it increases your performance for your visualizations greatly over what a direct connection would be. The good side about a direct connection is as your data then changes, your visualizations dynamically change. If you're doing extracts, you can actually set up reoccurring extracts, on a daily basis, an hourly basis, where you're doing refresh of your data, so it's reflecting the most current. So now we're actually in the visualization development area, and this is the canvas. And along the left-hand side, you'll see dimensions and measures. And dimensions are basically columns in an Excel spreadsheet or a database that are descriptive, a name in name or in nature, or things like zip code. Measures are things that are math computations can be applied to them. You can actually do statistical analysis. At the very bottom left-hand side of the screen, you'll see something that's actually very important. It says longitude generated and latitude generated. What's very cool feature about Tableau is as it pulls in your data, it'll actually see that you have things like county names, city names, zip codes, and it'll dynamically generate longitude and latitude codes and build virtual fields in the Tableau version of the database. So then when you're building map visualizations, it will actually know how to plot your data dynamically without you having to do that, or to put some sort of a third-party interface in to do that. So Matt now is just dragging up the number of students tested, and it dynamically is always, as he's dragging things out, building what it believes to be the most appropriate visualization for that. He's right now, one of the cool things is he's pulling out county, district, and school name, and those actually have a hierarchical relationship. So counties have districts in them, and districts have schools within them. And you could do it this way that he's showing right now, or one of the really nice features of this product is you can go in and actually create a virtual field, and he's doing that right now. And he's going to just very quickly just drag and drop on top of each other and create a new field called regional grouping, which actually has county, district, and name in it. And why this is a nice feature is it allows then your people that are looking at your visualizations to more easily navigate. So you can actually then click on the little pluses in the pills up at the top, county, district, and school, and it'll actually expand and collapse, and your data will follow what you're doing. So it's just a nice feature and a nice way of presenting your data. So Matt has created a very quick visualization here. The last thing that he's going to do graphically is he just dragged test year out and dropped it on color, and he's dynamically changing the colors. And what this does is, I had said that there's 2 years of data in here, is it just quickly showed for each of the lines a different color for each of the actual years and amounts for those. So now, just like in Excel, Matt's going and naming on the title for his visualization. And he's going to, at the bottom, you'll see he's naming the sheet. And they're sheets just like in Excel that you're used to, are tabs. And when you upload your visualizations and dashboard, when you're done to the server, and they're presented within a web browser or the app for Tableau or VaaS, it will actually show those tabs and give you the ability to navigate on those tabs. So there you go. Matt just, that quick created a very quick visualization. Now we're very quickly moving on to a second visualization. He's going to hold down the control button on his keyboard, and he's just going to grab 2 fields, the county name and then the number of students tested. Over to the right, when he's done that, you'll see there's the show me color little tiny versions of the different types of graph and visualization types. Some of them are very, they're color, and then some are grayed out. And what's it doing right now is it's kind of leading you through and telling you the ones that are not grayed out, these are the ones that would be most appropriate for you to use for the data types and data values that you've selected. So Matt's going to go ahead and click on the fill map, and that quickly it created a California county map and has the testing data then for each of those counties built into it. And it literally control, select 2 things, click on the fill map, and Tableau basically did everything else for you. Right now what it's showing is he's going through and adding more detail to the map. He's adding county borders and county names. There's also built into the product a really nice feature is it has all different types of, and it's constantly updated, statistical data that comes from the federal and other data sources, where you can have all different types of demographics and so on displayed on the screen as well, for age, ethnicity, and so on. And it's and so now Matt's going in and editing the title. This is our second visualization, and renaming the tab as well. And then the last thing we're going to do here now is Matt's going to create a very quick dashboard. And a dashboard is a way of displaying multiple visualizations at the same time. And so Matt just dragged out the 2 visualizations that he just quickly created. And then he's going to do a few things like add filters, and he's also going to tell the dashboard to tie these 2 visualizations together. So when you click on and explore one of the visualizations, it actually then interacts and is tied to the other. So he just clicked on 2016 data for Sacramento County, and the right showed Sacramento County. On the far right top, you'll see test year, where he can go through and either select all years or 2015 or 2016. And so, and the wonderful thing is when you publish this out to the VaaS server and make it available either to your internal people or your constituent public outside, all the same functionality of exploring this dashboard is available through the web browser or through the app. So now Matt's going to go up and publish this out to the server. One last thing, he's importing our graphic and actually dropping in the logo for the California Assessment of Student Performance and Progress, CASPP, which is the data that we're actually reflecting within the dashboard. So now he's publishing out to the VaaS server, and it's actually publishing the visualizations we created as well as the data extract. And you'll see that this is actually very quickly accomplished and literally takes very little time to publish. 209,000 rows of data, and So there it's done. And then now what you're seeing is through the web browser. And this is on our VaaS server. And there is the dashboard with the bar graph on the left and the fill map on the right. And you'll see that it has all the same functionality that was in the Desktop Pro product for the individual that was creating the visualization and dashboard. Some of the really what is really kind of cool about this is you can share these. Up at the top, when you click on it, it'll show you the links that you can embed into your website. So if you want to display this visualization on an existing web page that you already have on your internet or intranet, you can. It also shows a link that if you want to copy and paste that into an email message, people, when they log on or open the email message and click on the link, it'll actually take them to this dashboard and allow them to actually look at your visualizations. You can save these reports as PDFs. And you can't create visualizations through the web browser, but once something is published, if you have permissions to do this, you can actually go in and alter or edit the visualizations, and you have about 80 to 85% of the functionality that you would have in the Desktop Pro product within the actual browser itself. And so you can see that the user experience inside of the browser looks pretty much identical to the Desktop Pro product. So that's the end of the demo, and just shows you just at a very high level how quickly you can explore your data, create visualizations, and then publish them out for the people that you want to actually see and get the story that you're trying to tell from those visualizations. So now, if anybody has any questions at all or has submitted questions, we could try to answer those as we're going. All right, well, we don't seem to have any other questions at this time. We're going to go ahead and then thank everybody for participating. We really appreciate it. And we're going to try to do presentations of visualization as a service and other as a service data products that Taborda is releasing, where very shortly we'll have data warehouse as a service and ETL, extract, transform, and load as a service. And we'll be doing presentations on those, and we'll do them either at lunch or in the mornings. And we'd be glad if you could participate and actually see those. On the screen, you'll find my contact information, my telephone and email address, as well as Matt Michanie, and feel free to contact either of us if you have questions. We'd be happy to come out and do more presentations inside of your organization, as well as possibly we are actually recording this at this time, and we'll put this out on the Taborda website, and you will be able to click on this and actually view this at a later date. Okay, so we have a few other questions that we'll try to answer very quickly. Could you quickly go into more detail on the differentiation between Taborda and Tableau? So Taborda is a reseller of Tableau, but we are also, though, a value-added reseller where we provide services. We will help organizations prep their data, make it analytic ready, and things like that. And but what we have done is gone to market with products in a way where small to mid-sized organizations can afford enterprise technology where they really couldn't think of doing this in the past. One of the things that I always had problems with is if I had things like a SaaS visual analytics server or other types of products like that, I always found that it was absolutely difficult to have trained staff on site and keep them. I was always competing with other state entities. And as soon as I had someone that I had either developed or hired with the skills, it seemed in a very short amount of time, they were always, getting promotional opportunities, going with other agencies. So it was very difficult to have enterprise types of technologies in a sustainable method. And so us basically delivering products like this as a service, we are kind of eliminating that as a problem. And so organizations that couldn't afford traditionally to pay $350,000 for a server license and then the server and then have staff to maintain it and so on, we're basically eliminating that. And you're just then paying for your portion of the technology that you're actually using. And that's what visualization as a service represents. This is not a service that's available through CalCloud. I'm very familiar with CalCloud, and this is a product that it's actually sold as a software as a service product, and we're not selling platform or infrastructure as a service or storage, within cloud environment. It is a cloud-based product, but it's delivered as a cloud-based product. All right, so is there any other questions or comments, please? Sorry, I'm actually reading Matt's statement. All right, well, again, here's our contact information on the screen. Please feel free to reach out to either Matt or I, and we'd be happy to have more conversations with you. We will also, like I said, this has been recorded. We'll place it out on the Taborda website here in the next day or so you can have others take a look at this. And we can also do very, webinars for your organization, or actually come out on site and do presentations similar to what you saw today. So that being said, thank you all very, very much for participating. We really appreciate it. And that's it for today. Thank you.